Shocking alliance. Hernandez and Theo Carver strike a game-changing deal that could reshape DiMera Enterprises forever. Hello, and welcome back to the Days of Our Lives channel. In a stunning twist that no one in Salem saw coming, Gabi Hernandez and Theo Carver have reached a secret agreement that could completely alter the balance of power at DiMera Enterprises, and shake up several of Salem's most powerful families in the process. After weeks of betrayal, broken promises, and explosive corporate rivalries, this unexpected alliance between Gabi and Theo may change everything we thought we knew about loyalty, ambition, and survival inside the DiMera empire. Abe and Paulina's heated disagreement. The conflict between Abe Carver and his wife Paulina Price has reached a boiling point, with both parents taking drastically different positions on Theo's future. Abe is absolutely furious about Theo's decision to accept Tony DiMera's offer to become the new CEO of DiMera Enterprises, viewing this as a dangerous path that could corrupt his son's integrity and potentially cost him his life. The former mayor remembers all too well the last time Theo got involved with DiMera business. His son was shot and nearly died, an experience that still haunts Abe to this day. For Abe, keeping Theo away from the DiMera family's influence has been a lifelong mission, one that he shared with his late ex-wife Lexi Carver, and he refuses to watch his son walk willingly into what he considers a dangerous trap. On the opposite side of this argument stands Paulina, who has been quietly encouraging Theo to pursue this opportunity behind Abe's back. Paulina believes that Theo could make a positive difference at DiMera Enterprises, especially with E.J. DiMera currently out of the picture and unable to exert his corrupt influence over the company. She sees this as a chance for Theo to prove himself as a capable leader and establish his own professional identity separate from his father's protective shadow. However, Paulina may not be fully considering all the dangerous implications and complicated history that comes with the DiMera name, a legacy filled with criminal activity, corporate espionage, and family betrayals that have destroyed countless lives over the decades. This fundamental disagreement between Abe and Paulina threatens not only their relationship with Theo but also their marriage, as they struggle to find common ground on this critical issue. Theo's bold move as DiMera CEO. Theo Carver has made the life-changing decision to step into the role of CEO at DiMera Enterprises, accepting Tony DiMera's proposal to lead the family business into a new era. This stunning career move comes after Tony approached Theo with an enticing vision for the company's future, suggesting that fresh leadership with new ideas could revolutionize DiMera Enterprises and distance it from its troubled past. Theo, who has returned to Salem feeling protective of the DiMera family legacy through his late mother Lexi's connection to the family, believes he can honor her memory while steering the company in a more ethical direction. Chad DiMera has also expressed his support for this decision, agreeing that the company needs a younger perspective and someone who hasn't been caught up in the endless power struggles that have plagued previous CEOs. As Theo settles into his new position, he will be meeting with E.J. DiMera over a game of chess at the DiMera mansion to discuss the future direction of the company and what his role will truly entail. This conversation could reveal whether E.J. has his own hidden agenda for influencing Theo's decisions or if he genuinely supports this leadership change. Theo faces enormous pressure from all sides. His father's disapproval and fears for his safety, his stepmother's encouragement and high expectations, and the corporate challenges of running one of Salem's most powerful and controversial companies. The young executive must now prove that he can handle these responsibilities while maintaining his integrity and avoiding the pitfalls that have destroyed so many DiMera leaders before him. The Gabi Hernandez betrayal. The situation becomes even more complicated when considering the massive betrayal that Gabi Hernandez has suffered at Tony DiMera's hands. Gabi had struck a deal with Tony where she agreed to help him undermine Xander Kyriakis and Philip Kyriakis, even planting a bug in Xander's office and obtaining damaging proof that Philip committed fraud by forging a letter from Victor Kyriakis about his inheritance. Tony had explicitly promised Gabi that she would receive the CEO position at DiMera Enterprises in exchange for her assistance in reclaiming the family business from Titan's control. Gabi fully expected to be running DiMera Enterprises once Tony succeeded in his plans, trusting that the DiMera patriarch would honor their agreement. However, Tony completely double-crossed Gabi when he summoned her to the DiMera mansion and revealed that he had decided to give the CEO position to Theo instead. Tony justified this stunning betrayal by claiming that their contract contained a morals clause which Gabi violated when she previously intended to shoot EJ DiMera, therefore he was no longer obligated to honor their deal. Instead of the CEO role she was promised, Tony offered Gabi a consolation prize. He would give her complete ownership of Gabi Chic, her designer fashion brand, allowing her to control it independently without any corporate oversight from Titan or DiMera. While this represents something Gabi has long wanted, it falls far short of the power and influence she believed she had earned through her risky cooperation with Tony's schemes. Gabi was left absolutely livid by this betrayal, feeling used and manipulated by yet another DiMera who proved they cannot be trusted to keep their word. Reaching an understanding. Despite the initial conflict and disappointment, upcoming episodes will show Gabi Hernandez and Theo Carver working through their differences and reaching a surprising agreement. After Gabi experiences a passionate encounter with Philip Kyriakis and deals with the emotional aftermath of Tony's betrayal, she will have an important conversation with Theo outside the Brady pub. During this discussion, the two will put their recent conflict to rest and try to understand each other's perspectives much better than before. This agreement between Gabi and Theo could represent a turning point in their relationship, creating a temporary truce and potentially opening the door for future collaboration at DiMera Enterprises. The terms of their deal remain somewhat mysterious, but speculation suggests that Gabi might offer to help Theo navigate the complicated ins and outs of running DiMera Enterprises, using her extensive corporate experience to guide him through the treacherous political landscape he now faces. Alternatively, they might join forces to combat Tony's manipulations from within, working together to ensure that DiMera Enterprises operates with more transparency and integrity than it has in the past. Whatever agreement they reach, it will mark an important shift in the power dynamics at the company and could help Theo avoid some of the dangerous pitfalls that Abe fears will destroy his son. This unexpected alliance between Gabi and Theo might also provide Gabi with a path back to influence at DiMera, even if she cannot claim the CEO title she was originally promised. The road ahead. As these storylines continue to develop, viewers can expect intense family drama as Abe tries desperately to protect Theo from what he perceives as inevitable corruption and danger at DiMera Enterprises. The clash between Abe's protective instincts and Paulina's encouragement of Theo's independence will test their marriage in ways they never anticipated, forcing them to confront fundamental differences in their parenting philosophies. Meanwhile, Theo must prove himself capable of leading DiMera Enterprises while maintaining the moral compass that his parents instilled in him, resisting the temptations and pressures that have compromised so many leaders before him. The evolving relationship between Theo and Gabi will also be fascinating to watch, as they navigate the complex dynamics of their new working arrangement while dealing with the lingering effects of Tony's manipulations. Gabi's fury at being betrayed could still explode into a larger revenge plot against Tony, potentially dragging Theo into conflicts he never anticipated when he accepted the CEO position. Additionally, Xander's increasing scrutiny of Philip's growing closeness with Gabi adds another layer of complication that could impact Theo's ability to establish stability at the company. The coming weeks promise explosive revelations, difficult choices, and consequences that will reshape multiple families in Salem as Theo embarks on this dangerous new chapter of his life. Part 2, Days of Our Lives, Monday, October 20, 2025, Sophia's Secret Exposed. A stunning twist above the pub and a shocking revelation below. It's another dramatic day in Salem, and this Monday's episode of Days of Our Lives pulls no punches. From the dark corners above Brady's pub to the tense confrontations on the street outside, emotions are high, loyalties are tested, and one long-held secret finally explodes into the open. A suspicious silence above the pub. The morning begins quietly at Brady's pub, but longtime fans know that quiet in Salem usually means trouble is brewing. Roman Brady, ever the steady hand and voice of reason, notices something unusual, an unused room upstairs that hasn't been checked in a while. When he mentions it to Brady Black, the younger man's expression changes immediately. The look in Brady's eyes says it all: suspicion, fear, and a hint of recognition. Within moments, Brady is joined by his old friend Steve "Patch" Johnson. The two men, seasoned by decades of adventure, deception, and danger, climb the creaking staircase together. Each step feels heavier than the last, the tension thick enough to cut with a knife. When they reach the door, Roman's warning echoes in their minds: "Be careful up there." With the key in hand, Steve nods at Brady. The lock clicks. The door swings open. And there she is. Sophia, the elusive, enigmatic woman who's kept Salem on edge for weeks, stands frozen by the window, a packed bag at her feet and desperation in her eyes. Her plan to slip away quietly has failed. Brady's voice, low and sharp, cuts through the silence. "You're not going anywhere, Sophia." For a moment, she doesn't move. The tension between them is electric, part anger, part pity, part unresolved history. When Steve steps forward, she takes a step back, cornered not just by the walls of the room but by the truth she's been running from. Outside the pub, a storm of accusations. Meanwhile, outside the pub, the fall breeze can't cool the heated argument erupting between Amy and Johnny DiMera. Passers-by stop and stare as Amy, her face flushed with anger, raises her hand and slaps Johnny, again. Her voice trembles, not just with fury but with hurt. "You helped her get away. You're just like every other DiMera, a liar and a manipulator." Johnny, still reeling from the blow, doesn't fight back. His eyes dart toward the pub window behind Amy, and suddenly his expression shifts from guilt to grim satisfaction. He points past her. Amy turns, and there, framed in the second-story window, she sees Sophia, Brady, and Steve. The shock on Sophia's face confirms everything Amy suspected. The woman she thought had fled Salem is right there, caught red-handed. Amy's anger falters for a moment, replaced by confusion and betrayal. But Johnny's quiet words bring her back to reality. "Now do you believe me?" It's a classic Salem moment, part heartbreak, part revelation, and entirely unforgettable. Tate and Holly face a truth too big to hide. A few blocks away, two young hearts are walking into a storm of their own. Tate Black and Holly Jonas stroll toward the pub, unaware that they're about to step into the middle of a scandal that could change their lives forever. As they round the corner, they're stopped by Leo Stark and Javi, both buzzing with excitement and trouble. Leo, never one to miss a chance for drama, waves his phone in the air. On the screen is a missing person alert. The photo? Sophia. Leo grins like a cat who's cornered the canary. Well, look who's trending in Salem. Tate and Holly exchange uneasy glances. The secret they've been keeping has been eating at them for days, and now the truth is clawing its way out. The missing person alert has made hiding impossible. Finally, Tate takes a deep breath. His voice shakes, but his words are steady. "We have to tell them. All of it." Holly nods, her eyes glistening with fear and relief. When Leo presses for details, Tate blurts it out, each word landing like a thunderclap in the crisp autumn air. "Tesoro is Sophia's child. But he's not mine." The street falls silent. Even Leo, the king of gossip, is momentarily speechless. The revelation sends shockwaves through everyone present. Questions hang in the air like smoke. Who is Tesoro's father? Why did Sophia lie? And what does this mean for Tate, who's been carrying the weight of this scandal since the beginning? Secrets, lies, and the legacy of Salem. As the sun sets over Salem, the pieces begin to fall into place. Inside the pub, Sophia sits across from Brady, her eyes red from tears, while Steve stands guard by the door. Her escape attempt has failed, and so has her last chance to keep her secrets buried. Outside, Amy watches from a distance, arms crossed, torn between anger and heartbreak. Johnny lingers nearby, caught between the sins of his family and his own conscience. And on the sidewalk, Tate and Holly cling to each other, knowing that nothing will ever be the same again. In true Days of Our Lives fashion, the episode closes not with resolution, but with more questions. What drove Sophia to such desperate lengths? How will Brady handle the truth about her child? And could there be another DiMera twist lurking just around the corner?